Today is day 13 of doing 100 pull-ups every single day to raise money for Alzheimer's disease. Um, yeah, so as always, I give you, well, as I'm doing these pull-ups, I provide a fact about Alzheimer's disease to raise awareness, as well as a prevention method to potentially help you prevent Alzheimer's or inform your relatives on how to prevent Alzheimer's. My donation link is in the description. Please consider donating. All the money goes straight to the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. They do research for people for Alzheimer's cure or more prevention methods. They also help with care of people with Alzheimer's. So it's a really good organization. All the money goes straight to them. So if you're donating your money, it's going to a big cause. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, today I'm gonna do 100 pull-ups, obviously. Usually I do a certain amount of pull-ups every minute on the minute. So yesterday I attempted to do 8 on the minute every minute, and it got pretty spicy. So I think what I'll do today is, um, what am I gonna do? I'll probably start with 8 and then go down to 7 at some point. Let me think about it. I'll do. I'll do 6 minutes of 8, so that'll bring me to 48, and then the rest I'll do sevens, and I'll figure out the math later. But anyways, I'll go up to 48, or however long I can go, whatever feels good. All right, go time. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that was 8 pull-ups. Felt good. So today's fact is about urgent and emergency hospitalization. So, especially in older adults. Sorry. It has been shown to be linked to a high risk of long-term cognitive decline and dementia or Alzheimer's. Hospital-related factors such as delirium, prolonged sedation, immobility, and lack of family interaction may worsen brain health or make people more vulnerable to existing dementia changes. All right, so I've done 8, going for 16. Where was I? So yeah, while hospital care is often necessary, making hospitals more dementia friendly and focusing on prevention and care coordination could help reduce these risks. So, to sum up, urgent and immediate hospitalization in older adults is pretty rough on them because they go from their home where they're comfortable to a hospital bed where it's hard for them to move because they're on a bed all day. They don't see their family as much. And honestly, staying at a hospital isn't the nicest thing in the world. And it can cause um, like delirium and other things like that. Sorry. So I've done 16, going for 24. So yeah, it can cause delirium, prolonged sedation, mobility, and lack of family interaction. So I don't know if you've ever had a relative go to the hospital suddenly for some type of medical issue, but it's very often where they almost leave the hospital in a worse state. You know, some people say people go to hospitals to die. I'm not saying hospitals are a bad place, they're needed, but it happens sometimes. Okay, so I've done 24, going for 32. So one way to reduce reduce these risks of happening and to potentially increase the risk of dementia is to make hospitals more uh, how does it say, dementia friendly. So I will go over that in the prevention tip after I do my next set. So I've done 32, going for 40. Oh, yeah, it's getting tough already. Um, so yeah, there are multiple things that hospitals can do to be more quote unquote dementia friendly. To start is prevent and manage delirium. I will explain what I mean after I do my pull-ups. All right, so I've done 40, going for 48. And I'm glad I'm done that. Yeah, I'm doing sevens for the rest because that was brutal. All right, let me just catch my breath. My set's gonna start soon, so no point of talking. Okay. All right, done 48, going for 55. So, ways to prevent and manage delirium is regularly screen for delirium in older patients. Use non-drug approaches such as reorientation, or use non-drug approaches first. So reorientation, clock, natural lighting, and avoid necessary sedative and antipsychotics. All of these things can, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, could possibly cause delirium. All right, so I've done 55, going for 62. Next is promote mobility. So encourage walking or light movement as soon as it's safe. Obviously, If someone has a broken hip and they're healing from it, telling them to walk around is probably not going to help. So make sure it's safe to move and then promote it. Avoid prolonged bed rest unless medically required, and provide physical therapy early to get them rehabbed and going again. Okay, so I've done 62, going for 69. Next is engage family and caregivers. So involve family in care decisions and bedside support. Allow flexible visitation, especially during confusion or distress, and train staff to communicate with family members effectively. So this is avoiding the isolation part of hospitals. That's a really tough part. It's just because visitation hours can be strict sometimes, so family just can't be there all the time, and the patients feel isolated. Okay, so I've done 69, going for 76. Oh. Next is create a supportive environment. So use clear signage, adequate lighting, to reduce background noise. Keep a consistent daily routine when possible. Decorate rooms with personal and familiar items for orientation. So pretty much just letting the patients be familiar with their surroundings, make them feel more comfortable. These are all things that can make a hospital dementia friendly. So I've done 76, going for 83 now. All right. Next is train staff on cognitive health. So educate nurses, doctors, and aides on dementia symptoms and sensitivity or sensitive care. Teach de-escalation and communication techniques for confused patients. So again, this is all about making these older patients that are at risk of Alzheimer's or dementia feel more comfortable so that they're not in distress and potentially get delirium, which can increase the risk of Alzheimer's. Whew. Okay, so I've done, what was it, 86? Going for 93, right? That makes sense. Yeah. Oh. And then lastly, improve care transition and coordination. So ensure good discharge planning with follow-up care and clear instructions. Coordinate between hospitals, primary care, and community services. So those are all things that a hospital can do to make it more dementia friendly and decrease the risk of potentially increasing the risk of developing Alzheimer's for older patients that have been hospitalized suddenly and urgently. So I've done 93, last 7 for 100. All right, that's 100. And as always, I'll do an extra rep just to be safe. Let's see if I can do a one-arm pull-up. Definitely can't do one, but let me try. Yeah, I can't. I have no idea how people do that. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, one rep. That's 100 or 101. I don't know. But pull-ups are done for today. And one thing I want to make clear about my fact and prevention tip is that I'm not saying hospitals are bad. Hospitals are necessary and are needed. All I'm saying is the sudden and urgent hospitalization of older patients has the potential to increase the risk of Alzheimer's. And the things that I listed are things that hospitals could do to improve the chances of not developing Alzheimer's due to urgent hospitalization. So, to sum up, hospitals are needed. I'm not saying that hospitals are bad. Hospitals don't cause Alzheimer's. It's just there's some factors and there's some things that can increase the risk of Alzheimer's, but there are many things that hospitals can do to improve that. And I would say that it wouldn't cost them a lot of money, and they're pretty easy to implement. So I'm sure hospitals already do that now. Maybe not every hospital, but I'm sure the good ones do for sure. But yeah, I'm not saying hospitals are bad. I just want to make that clear. So yeah, that's the fact for the day and the prevention tip. I found it pretty interesting. Again, it's cool. I'm learning about Alzheimer's as I'm making these videos, so it's pretty interesting to me. But yeah, that's 100 pull-ups. Thanks for watching. Remember to consider donating to my donation page. It would be really I would really appreciate it if you would donate. Any size donation is welcome. All the money goes straight to the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. And yeah, consider donating. If you can't, share the link to someone else. And yeah, keep watching. You're just gonna see me do 100 pull-ups every day without any breaks. All right, see ya tomorrow. Bye.